Hey friends, this is Chris.
And Yeji.
Welcome back. So we're here having some dinner and talking about the State of the Union, and it's my 50th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yay! So let's have some food and talk about what's going on.
Yeah.
As you guys know, Trump is still crazy.
Try this first.
Okay, we'll try this one. Yeah. I could have streamed the State of the Union live, but I mean, I'd rather spend my birthday, eating yummy food than watching Trump say whatever stupid stuff he's going to say. I actually did look at a couple of the highlights, read some of the thing. It's the same stuff that Trump always does.
Lies, false, misinformation.
A lot.
Yeah, false information.
So, if you want to go through every single lie that Trump said, you can. We'll do some of the highlights, though. Like, for example, he said, America's momentum is back.
Mm-hmm.
Our spirit is back. Our pride is back. Our confidence is back. And the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. So that's according to Trump, that the American dream is surging. But, when you look at like what regular people think, what do you think regular people think?
Their life is any better. It's worse, getting worse, isn't it? You gotta pay more money for stuff.
Yeah. The tariffs.
Yeah, tariffs, and their life's not gonna be. They're not gonna build a train road again. It's like dam. It's different than before. It's not the railroad construction.
Yeah, they're not really investing in the USA that much. even making me sick, right?
He just want other countries build a factory in the US. That's what he expect, I think.
Yeah, that's the plan. So a lot of people have been asking about the tariffs, like how would it actually work? So theoretically, cheers. Theoretically, you would put tax on foreign goods, and then you use that money to invest in local production or whatever. It's like subsidized local production. Now, what they're going to do though, they have this thing called the sovereign wealth fund. So they're going to collect all the money and then put it to like their pet projects. Be it Elon Musk wants to go to Mars or do some sort of AI stuff.
Yeah.
So the reason why I mentioned that is because, for example, just to make it really clear, let's make it really simple. Let's say USA has a shrimping industry, for example, shrimp. And China has shrimp, and the China shrimp comes in too cheap. So you put a tariff on the Chinese shrimp so that the American shrimp comes in kind of the same price or competitive. Okay, tax the Chinese shrimp.
Yeah.
Then you would take the tax on the Chinese shrimp and then you'd give it to the shrimp farmers directly, right? So you're picking a particular industry to subsidize basically, but the thing is like
it's not for every American citizen gonna take the benefit of
right. So that would be one way to think about how tariffs would theoretically work, right? Because the way Trump's talking, though, is that he keeps saying that tariffs are going to make everybody rich.
No, they're going to rich for sure.
Yeah. Who's they?
Trump, Elon, their family,
friends. Right. Yeah, it's not really going to be the regular people because they're taxing you, the regular people, right? Now, the other thing is they're really raising a tariff on our big trading partners.
Yeah.
So it's
biggest trading partner.
Yeah, biggest. So it's China, Mexico,
Canada.
and Canada. Canada is actually going to hit back. I don't know if you saw that.
And China too. They already, announced yesterday.
So that's the thing with the trade is like, don't expect them to sit around and do nothing. And then what ends up happening is USA will go like by itself, and then other countries will form trading blocks.
Yeah.
So you start to isolate yourself.
No, it's not.
What?
You have Russia friends.
Right.
You guys are bestie right now.
Actually, you didn't see what Trudeau. You know Trudeau, right? Canada. You didn't. Trudeau, the Prime Minister in Canada. I know it's really good. It's really, really good. He was saying, like his speech today was, what do you do when like your friends start treating you like enemy, and what if you someone referring to USA.
Yeah.
And then they start getting closer to a friend, and like, what do you do? And basically, it was pretty interesting. Trudeau was saying, here in Canada, we know that Russia's the enemy, basically, right? So he's calling Trump out. So Hey, kudos to Canada. You guys are doing the right thing. Russia's not our friend. Whereas Trump is like deleting our FBI, CIA, and canceling all our cybersecurity stuff. This stuff's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You gotta hit with the
With this?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Seaweed stuff.
Yeah. So what you
Give
do?
me one
You
too.
take the fish here. Oh, you want one? Okay. You take the fish here and you come in with this. So usually when we celebrate that kind of stuff, is that we have fish, which is really good. But going back to the terror situation in the USA, what's that? Oh yeah, that's good. They're also going to. I think we're going to stop subsidizing our chip makers. That's what Trump wants to do. So it's kind of interesting. So that's an interesting one. I'm not against government support of various industries.
So they basically want Samsung and Taiwan company build a build a factory in USA.
Right, that's the idea. But
I'm
then
not sure.
yeah, Taiwan semi they announced like a big investment that they're going to do. So that's certainly possible. But that was also related to like they want to bring money to USA because they're worried about if China attacks Taiwan. So that's kind of a way to protect themselves, right?
It's kind of, like I don't understand that. China, Russia's kind of friend, right?
Kind of.
When they want to be friend, they're friend.
Yeah. So during the war, with Ukraine, a lot of countries put sanctions, quit trading with Russia, etc. Except China kept giving stuff that Russia needed, right? Be it parts for various, weapons or whatever, or fuel. North Korea was still trading with Russia. I think North Korea sent drones and then soldiers also. Yeah, I think it was drones. And I'm not sure. Maybe I could be wrong on the drone thing.
I'm not sure.
I think it was missiles too. I remember reading reports on this stuff.
I don't know, but the soldiers for sure. They're gonna send more probably.
Yeah, that was a report from Seoul from the South Korean intelligence. The other thing with Trump too is like I'll read him more. He says this was actually the quote: "Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again. It's happening and it will happen rather quickly. There will be little disturbance, but we're okay with that." I don't know who we are is okay with that, but
yeah, and I don't. People don't know how, right?
How we're gonna be okay or what?
How they're gonna be rich again.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean,
tariff doesn't make you rich. You gotta do.
It's tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how make you rich?
Like when in various countries that you're in, when you buy foreign goods, oftentimes they're more expensive, right? And so that doesn't make me rich.
Yeah. So actually, for example, in Korea, Hanu means Korean
local meat.
Local meat is very expensive, and I'd like to eat the Hanu all the time, but it's too expensive. So many times we choose Australia meat and USA meat. That's the how you balance your budget for your living, right? But after you don't have any option, you can really your budget has to go high, right?
Right. So the example would be like, say you go to Walmart to save money, and a lot of the goods from Walmart come from China, right? A lot of the stuff I can't remember what percentage, but a large percentage of the stuff comes from China. Or for example, toys. They gave the brand was called Hasbro.
Yeah, and
what was that?
A big part of meal, meal is the flour.
Okay.
No, you can't really import the flour from the abroad. It's everything go up. There's pasta, pizza, hamburger.
So flour inflation is actually a really big problem in Europe right now.
Because Ukraine is.
Yeah. And then the other one was interesting was I think it's wheat. And there's an alcohol that comes from wheat. Is it? It's not vodka. Well, yeah, make is the Korean one. Yeah, it's not beer. It's and you guys can write in the comments. Maybe it's whiskey. It's whiskey. Whiskey's expensive right now as well. Actually, China announced retaliatory tariffs back in the USA, and they're going to tax a bunch of our food. And it's something that's really going to hurt farmers. Say, for example, if American food's too expensive in China, which is a very large market, right? then maybe they start getting more food from Australia, or maybe theoretically Vietnam, or Thailand,
Also at
or
the end,
Indonesia, or whatever.
they anti-America products, so they can do like clothes, the McDonald's, Starbucks.
And China can be hardcore about boycotting certain countries. When I was in China, there was it was the run up to the 2008 Olympics, and there was an attack on the Olympic torch runner in France, and so then many Chinese people would not go to this store. In Chinese they would say Carrefour, but I think in French it's Carrefour. It's like a French Walmart. Did we go to those Carrefour? Did we go to one of those? We must have been in Vietnam,
We used to have
maybe.
in Korea too.
Oh, Carrefour.
Carrefour?
Yeah, it's like Carefou, Carrefour. In Chinese, it's Jiaodafor, I think is how they say it. So anyways, but China actually take boycotts pretty seriously.
So when they boycott Korean stuff, there is a lot of Korean factories in there. So actually, their 공안, how you say?
I don't know, go on.
공안, like, the government workers.
Okay,
The government people come here. No, you did something wrong, so you shut down your factory and leave our country, cancel their visa.
Oh, okay.
They're very strict about that.
Right.
They can do whatever they want.
So going back to the trade thing, if you talk about tariffs, and I mentioned there's a shrimp industry, like, for example, right? The issue becomes when you deal with complex machinery. So it's, for example, cars. So when you put a tariff on, say, Canada or Mexico, it's not like 100% of the car comes from Canada or the 100% of the car comes from Mexico. Like there could be a mixture of parts.
Yeah,
right?
actually Hyundai and Samsung, they have a factory in the Canada and Mexico a lot because of tax. But now they had to make plan for the tariff.
Yeah. It disrupts a lot of people's supply chain models that they've had to figure out for their financials. Actually, it was interesting today or yesterday. Chipotle announced that they're going to eat the tariffs themselves. So usually, a company will pass the tax onto the consumer, right? So for example, if
their margin is going to small.
Yeah. So they said in particular it's avocado comes from Mexico.
Yeah, avocado.
Guacamole, right? That stuff. So they said that initially that the phrase they use, like, they're going to eat the cost at first.
Yeah.
But that'll hurt their margin. That'll piss off their shareholders, the stock, right? So if they report their earnings, the stock goes down, then the stock goes down, and then they'll be unhappy. Wall Street will be unhappy, and so then they'll try to figure out a way to.
There's no more investor after that.
Yeah, I mean it's tariffs. No one really likes it, actually. No one really likes it.
That's why people news call it trading war right now.
Yeah. Even Warren Buffett said it's a war.
Yeah.
So then people ask in the comments, so how could you get say industry back to USA, or is there any way that USA could rebuild all the said factories, etc.? So it's a complicated issue that people aren't honest about. So here's the thing: just think about this logically. If I'm going to sell goods to China, for example, one method would be I have all my factories in the USA. Okay, all my parts theoretically could come from the USA, etc. So think about all the costs that come with this. I have to have labor in the USA, which would cost more than China, right? After that, then you're going to have parts in USA may cost more theoretically. Then you got to pay for the fuel costs to ship your products from here over to China. So think about the cost savings that you have if you're going to sell products in China. If you can build it in China, you don't have to pay for shipping costs. What if labor is cheaper in China? What if there are particular materials, let's say like electric cars, that battery materials are more easy to get in China or whatever? If you guys understand what I'm saying is, like, if you're going to sell things to a Chinese market, then there are some advantages to build it in China, but it could still be American owned. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you, is that when sometimes the people in America is like, oh, well, we have to have all the factories back in USA and we're going to become a factory nation again. It doesn't really make sense if you're talking about world trade, because, as what I just told you, there's a lot of costs associated with having it in USA, along with
not just the worker itself.
Yeah. Well, the workers are more expensive in USA, but I'm saying there's a lot. Yeah, you understand this. There's a lot of other costs. The other issue as well is don't discount the material stuff. because there's just some
Yeah,
like for
cheap
example, what's that?
Yeah, cheap material.
Yeah. Well, for example, like we're literally fighting over the Ukraine rare earth materials. Like there's a certain place in the world where you can get only certain minerals or rocks or whatever. For example, Trump really wants to take Greenland. He announced that today on the in this
Yeah,
speech, and the phrase he used was one way or the other, whatever that means.
이거 먹어요. Try
Are we reading this? Okay.
Yeah, scallop.
Yeah, so we'll try this one too. This stuff's really good.
Yeah, so he just act like just gang, mafia gangster.
Yeah.
You just give it to me. That looks nice. You have beautiful wife.
Yeah, it seems weird to say it one way or the other. It's like we're gonna buy it from you, we're gonna take it by force, whatever he means by that. And then he was telling everyone in Greenland that they're all gonna be rich. That's what he said.
Yeah, but that's the phrase he always say,
Yeah.
right? But he doesn't know how.
Yeah, he said he would get Greenland, right, one way or the other, and then I guess you're all going to be rich. Elon Musk was also at the State of the Union address. He said to Elon, "Thank you, Elon. He is working very hard. He didn't need this. We appreciate it." And then I guess he's fighting bureaucracy. So that's to Elon, especially Elon gave a salute or whatever. And then the way it's funny if you look at Elon's tweets and like Trump stuff that Trump says or whatever, you would think that like they're the most popular people in the whole world. I think you would think that, right?
Yeah.
If you only listen to them.
Yeah, only listen to them. And if you listen to them, the YouTube algorithm showing only those kind of footage. So you think they're the most powerful, most famous. Everyone likes them. So
we say bubble. You're living in a bubble if you think that. Because I don't think you knew this or not, but so the video I just did right before this one is some in France. People they went to the car shop or we say dealership, and they burned a bunch of like Tesla cars. So his cars literally burned, like in fire burned. I don't remember how many, maybe like 15 cars, something like that. And then in Massachusetts, which is near Boston, Boston's in Massachusetts, the state, they burned a bunch of the Chargers, like physically burned. And then the other thing that I showed as well is in Mardi Gras in New Orleans, so basically it's all over the place. The Cybertruck drove by with like flags on, and people were like throwing stuff at that was like a parade kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's multiple countries. I think sales are down in China 29% the last couple of months. In England, UK, they're down 50% sales. They're down. I was just looking at the numbers. There's a couple other European countries. It might be France and then like Sweden or something like that. I can't remember which one. It was one of the Scandinavian countries. They're down like 40-some%. So
I guess now you're a Tesla owner. You're not cool.
No, you're definitely not. There's two.
This is really good.
What is this?
It's uni.
Uni? All right, we'll try this. So, eat some fish here. Oops.
It's good, right?
It's okay. I prefer the other one.
Oh, 진짜.
It's not bad.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I like the other one better. This one is okay. It's okay.
Okay. I think that's the kind of one of the expensive ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different flavors here. I mean, we have quite a bit. Like this is like this is shell. Yeah. This is actually all quite good. We're sitting here chatting, but this is really good. And so like what we're doing right now, actually, we're waiting for Mexico is going to say what they're going to do on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yeah, she said they're going to announce whatever retaliatory thing. Then Trump sort of backed off a little bit. He suggested that maybe he's not going to do the tariffs as strong. Who knows?
That's really trustful leader that you just change your statement.
You can't. Yeah, you can't trust him. That's the problem. And so that's where we're at, guys. If you want to have any particular questions about any of the stuff that we talked about, please write in the comments. We're gonna finish dinner and enjoy my birthday. So yes, I am 50. You can see I have gray hairs. I'm going for the Doctor Strange or is it Reed Richards from Fantastic Four?
I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna tire.
Okay. We're not doing Doctor Strange, I guess, or Reed Richards is gonna be the new cool character you're gonna see because Fantastic Four movie comes out in May, and then they'll be the main characters in the new Avengers movies. against Doctor Doom. So that style is going to be in. You guys will see. So we're setting the precedent here.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you all next time. So bye.
Bye.